if they want to go later on into this round, maybe as a backstab element or just a bit of a direction to try and misdirect the opposition to focus their fire on him, allow that connector explode to come to fruition. But Blitz is in a very good spot to deal with this. At any point, he can go for the peak and find multiple players. And it's Naf, though, that splatters Senzu. And there is that peak I was talking about. Blitz gets 2. He's had a rough tournament as well, but trying to make amends here. And 9-10 from range lays down the law. Naf will do no further damage from Palace. Twist, though, with the bomb in tow, has been put down just after neutralizing the IGL of the Mongols. And they will clean sweep the rest. It was an interesting round with multiple rotations and timings, but it's going to be the Mongols that strike first blood.
So it's very fun to see how that plays out over time. Sometimes the T's will not even smoke the window and just only throw the top smoke, and then they'll blow open the top smoke themselves for a peek. So a lot of variation in how people play it. Twists will get the kill onto Techno, and it's Sue to take down Senzu. Fantastic opening. Ultimate even getting into the mix of things. It's just 9-10 and Blitz left alive. The MP9, let it be here. That's fine. Stick around if you want to get some more kills with it, but you're not going to be getting that AWP close, hopefully. Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, even though the kills are forthcoming, I think the damage has already been done here, and I doubt that the Mongols are too interested in trying to go for this. Maybe if 9-10 can get another peek, if Liquid makes some catastrophic mistake and try and peek on this angle, they know the AWP is here. There is no reason to go for this. Just basically tap out and admit that you've got the upper hand. You can take this round. Oh, there was a moment I thought Blitz had the kill onto Ultimate. Instead, just weakens him down to 74. And now this round is definitely done. They will have the funds to go back in for another buy because of how diligent they've been in these previous 2 rounds.
Pushing up behind that smoke, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to use that smoke as a bit of a cover to get a little bit closer. And suddenly it's gone. You can get caught in the middle of this mid lane, and it can just be really uncomfortable. So you already are seeing that Liquid know exactly how to play that way. Twist to get another opening. This time it's on Blitz towards the connector side. That's early on in the round as well. They've got plenty of time left.
What's going to be an unnerving element of how these last 2 rounds have gone, assuming that Liquid can convert from this point, is that it's been very easy to get those opening picks around connector and mid-window. Like, if you're Blitz, you're feeling like you've really let your team down. Like, obviously, he's the IGL, he's the brains behind the operation, but there was no chance of retaliation or retorting back onto that kill. It's as free as you like. And that's putting so much pressure now on this middle portion of the map. They've gone for this boost for Senzu. He's looking to try and find a pixel to exploit, but he's going to get peeked from multiple angles, and it's Nerds that takes him down.
And you know that somebody else is there. That boost gives it away instantly. Ultimate with a nice return. Smassinio going down. What can we do with this AWP? Missed shot to begin with, and the question is it worth sticking around? What are the chances really that you're going to get an extra 2 kills to make this work? I'm surprised to see Mongols stick around for this. That's a 2 versus 4. Fine, if 9-10 gets a kill and it's a 2-on-3, I think you should stick around and try and get the job done. But for this one, I think it's a little bit too risky to try and do that. Anyway, Liquid are going to be catching up pretty early on, make it a 2-2. We tie up the game. And honestly, they look pretty fresh at the beginning here. Mongols struggling to find the entries, and Liquid are doing a good job once they've got them themselves.
Yeah, that's the other element as well to Liquid. It's easy to be down on them right now because of obviously they're a team that's in transition, but you have to also expect that each passing day they're just going to get stronger and stronger.
There is a bit of a slow round coming here. 50 seconds. We're going to be seeing an attempted split towards the B bomb site with the control here for Nerds towards the top connector. It is such an insane position to stop rotations from, so if they get onto the B bomb site, the round is going to be over pretty quickly, but that's a long-range shot. Still, Sue is going to be taking down Techno. 1 defender left at the actual bomb site itself. It's back by the bench. 30 seconds, and Senzu crouched in here with the M4A1. He's going to get the first headshot. Drops the clock a little bit lower down, but eventually he's going to get traded out, and the question is, can they get that bomb planted without any interruption? It should be the case. Smassinio's a little bit far away. He nearly takes down Sue. Now it's a 1 versus 2.
1 HP for Shui. Should be going down momentarily. Does a bit of damage on his way out, though. There's still plenty of time on the clock, though. Massinio without a kit is not a problem. The problem is he's against the Twists that is feeling it right now.
That's not easy, and there are a number of rounds where Liquid are playing passively enough that if you try to do it, they probably would be ready. So, no easy answers right now. Double AWP on Mirage. I've got to say, that is a rare sight for this map. Maybe it's going to work out. It won't be the flashbang there. Unfortunately, it's a nice setup. But Ultimate, He wasn't blinded at all. Gonna get the kill on Messinio and leaves it 4 versus 5 here. Still plenty of time. It looks like they're gonna be going for this A split.
Timing for Blitz. Did toss in a HE as well after the opening pick came in, but Shui calls for them to just back away. 9-10 though through the smoke, putting one of those 2 AWPs in play. The downside though for the Mongols is if you concede a plant, 2 AWPs ain't it, Chief, for a retake. You're in real trouble at that point. They'll already be thinking about just pulling the plug and saving.
I was as confused as you were, Vince. We don't normally see that, and they will decide to pull the plug, like you said.
Oof, important kill. I thought it was going to be like the kind of scenario that you've been talking about on Nuke, you know, like where, guys, you can actually go for that defuse at the end if you're feeling it, because most of the time teams are going to pull away.
That's something else that Liquid could definitely do at some point here is simply change the pace of one of these rounds, and because the Mongols are used now to these slightly slower rounds where it's a little bit excruciating. Straight A execute, it's a classic this.
The old classics. We haven't really seen it even from Liquid. They've been a bit more stagnated, slow and steady, but Mazzinho's going to punish the small gap in the smoke, and he's exploited that one. Blitzner, meanwhile, though, comes in with one of his own, and although it's a classic, the outcome is anything but. Liquid, I want to forget about this round real quick. They've been picked apart from multiple angles. Mazzinho chips in with 2, as does Blitz. Great shot from Ultimate, though. He can't feasibly dig his way back into this round, right? Another flick. Ultimate may be on for something truly special, and he's got the time to facilitate the clutch.
How sick would it be? He should have had none of these kills. But you're right, he has carved out a little bit of space. He spots it out. Oh, he wants to swing it, but thinks better of it. I wish that he would take this into his own hands. He's going to be dropping Sensu out of this world. Could he get the last one? Blitz on the other side. He's going to have the shadows showing. He misses the shot. It's so close for Ultimate. But Blitz swinging wide. And with the missed shot, he's going to be able to clutch the round. It's as close as it can get, Vince. I thought he had that one. See how much they find out over at the B bomb site before they go A. They're putting on pressure here, and the design of the pressure here is to try and keep at least 2 people at the B bomb site. If you can force more rotations, that's great, but you just want to make sure that it's at least 2. In the meantime, they're actually not even waiting that long at all. Messinio has gone down, Nuts with an entry, and they are going to get smoked out of this position by quite a lot. Twist is running, but he did realize someone could have been there. Comes back to check. Smart play, but he still loses the fight.
It's going to be another post plant though on A. One more time. Run it back. Techno this time just with the MP9, feeling the reverberations from Ultimate's valiant attempt in that previous one. But it's Nertz that takes and dismantles Senzu. Not had a great map so far. Typically one of their heavy hitters, their firepower fraggers, star players, not really been shining. And Techno's been dulled down alongside Blitz. It's all coming apart. And this is where Ultimate will have the last laugh. Sure, you took me down. You didn't allow me to have that amazing moment. But your economy is in the toilet.
Here we go. Round number 11. Blitz already realizing that he was going to get potentially Molotov in that position, so tries to carve out a bit of space for him to stay alive. It's Senzu finding the opening, but he's immediately traded out. It's a long spray here for Blitz, and got to be careful you don't run out of bullets in that M4. Okay, it's going to keep a bit of mid-control here, at least for the Mongols. Still with a man advantage, but Blitz, how does he get out?
Not like that, Anders.
In an ambulance.
He tried to go for the flash. Yeah, exactly. He goes out in a hearse. Unfortunately. Good counter frag from Techno, though. Getting the drop on Twist, so they maintain the player advantage. Bomb still at the top of middle. Tons of time, but like you say, it's one of the first times that we've really seen the Mongols fully establish control over middle and dictate the pace. It may still fall apart though, but 9-10 is in a good position. The smoke's going to start to clear. 2 separate angles, and he wisely decides not to take the head-on fight. Instead, funnels them out into a Molotov. A 1-for-1 trade should be good enough for the Mongols, but Naf now has a chance to make amends. He's had a rough tournament. Is this his moment to pull off a 1v3?
He's set up pretty decently for it, and he's got a couple of things in his favor. One, they're not exactly sure where he is. He still has about 35 seconds. But the downside is, if he plants in the wrong position here, Messinio is going to be able to just swing and kill him. A little bit of a flashbang to try and distract, and he's going to try and play this deep. Again, he's got the experience for it. This is the kind of play he could pull off, but it does feel like Techno is just going to be waiting for him behind that pillar. And yeah, he's going to hear absolutely everything. Naf Probably going to get the bomb plant here. I doubt he's going to be able to do more. It's just, he's got no information about what's happening from this point on. And Techno crouches in, taps away, deletes Naf. It's a really nice setup for Nafly, but he just has no way of knowing where they actually are. So, important round here. And then everything is good. Nice grenade lands there on Senzu and Blitz. Now, they are pushed, like I said earlier. You could try and push them top mid here, but you're going to have to do it right now. Otherwise, you're going to get sandwiched and crushed by Liquid that are coming up from that underpass right now. The time is really running out for this, although they have some backup on the catwalk. And actually, Techno able to get the shot against Suhei there. Look at the trades coming in. The Mongols, at least for a brief moment there, were in control of the fight. Twist is going to make sure it does balance out. And Liquid back in a 3 versus 3, and plenty of time on the clock, and a lot of pressure with Masinio very nearly getting grenaded down.
They do have Twists, though, who started this half very solidly once he had an AK in his hands, and he is still alive and ready to pounce, but it's Naf making moves, inroads, out onto A, finding information, but it's not just him. He's got Ultimate as his duo partner. Masinio, in this whole time, is hearing all of this noise, though. He's perched up in Palace.
They won't know exactly where he is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be spotting it the whole time, because it is suspicious that there's nobody at the A bomb site. All right, nice timing. Gonna get that first kill, but not enough to follow it up and also drop ultimate, so the bomb's gonna be planted. And we're in a 2 versus 2 with Twist lurking around in the middle. Nice lineup there for ultimate. A fight that he probably could have won, maybe should have won. But it goes the other way instead. Techno to hit the shot. Now it's on Twist, and he gets handled. Techno! A sick round coming out from him. A triple kill. Saves it for Mongols and gives them that 5th round. I hate incendiaries. I don't think I've ever seen that incendiary work, but maybe Naf could do it. No, he's not going to get a chance. So maybe he could use it for an afterplant. That actually would be better, I think.
Yeah, that may very well be the idea. He'll stand and die on his shield if they push B, or he can have that incendiary further on down the line, but it won't be required, Anders, because Nerds has said, nah, it's cool, I'll just kill everybody. Don't worry about it, boys.
What is even happening? It's just so lightning fast. I don't even think they know. The Sui doing very much the same thing. 9-10 bomb power would be amazing. Deep incendiary. Eventually, it's going to be Twist to take him down, but yeah, the Nerds kills just happened so fast. I felt like I'm not even sure they could see Nerds. It was like over the smoke, I guess, but... And I think that was exactly the word that we used when we were talking about Apogee versus Mongols, where, you know, they just made them look really ordinary. And that can't be the case, you know. You've got to do something more. Sue with a nice shot onto 9-10 down the long stretch of the middle. It's Twist to take down Senzu. And suddenly, once again, we're back into a 3 versus 4 here. Twist quite hyped up. The kind of play that you would probably say in retrospect, it's not needed at all. But I would say it's also the kind of play you're probably making when you feel like you're in the closing stages of a game. You think, I am going to close this game right on top of them, you know? Fingers stuck in the drawer and all, but Nerds and Sue still alive. And actually, Nerds not in a bad position here. Could maybe find a way to get a quick kill and delay that bomb plant.
Nearly. The thing is, though, hubris can lead to the downfall. And so you don't want to underestimate the Mongols. They are weakened right now, no doubt. But if you back a caged tiger, expect to get scratched and torn to shreds. So be very wary. Shui, in the meanwhile, though, gets the upper hand onto Mazinho, found information, and the 2 players, both with their eyes trained on the CT side. Actually, I say that. Blitz has decided to wrap around into window. This effectively leads Shui in a one-on-one, but the timing for Techno could not be sweeter. Wide swings, takes down Shui, and secures a 6th round for the Mongols. The player that we've been looking at, not just the fact he's got 4 frags, he's got 36 ADR as well, by the way, so it's not like he's got a ton of assists. It does sometimes happen. You get unfortunate watching with Techno. But it is Senzu, the man of the hour. Had a slow start, but looking to try and pick up the pace. Goes straight for the jugular on the side. Blitz doing his due diligence, making sure Twists can't throw a wrench in the works from over on Catwalk, and there's no position, no chance for Liquid to stop this late plant. And now they have to think about saving, but Ultimate will not be given that luxury.
Oh, 10 different things I did not enjoy about that kind of a setup. I don't know about the timing. I have to go back and watch the demo, but there's a point in this round where, as they're pushing up through the connector, they throw a Molotov towards the catwalk side towards B, and that's to stop anyone from shooting them in the back. That should be a really strong indication for the 2 A players that something is going on, and I felt like Nerds he got smoked out, but at the same time, he had an incendiary. I just felt like they didn't react at all to the communication. Maybe there was no communication, I don't know, but Liquid definitely in an awkward position. Sui's going to be going down. Nothing is saved. MongolZ going to be tying up the game at 9-9, and they are officially right back in this one. Minute on the clock, and a re-smoke towards that window. They are getting this mid control. We'll see if Liquid could do anything. They need some rounds. They need to get back and warmed up. Going to be putting pressure on Naf once again. Nice Molotov to try and put him back in there, but he did throw out a grenade himself, and that's going to push them back just enough. 40 seconds. They're coming in from the catwalk position. I still think Naf is in a lot of trouble. He's going to have very little backup. Twist is trying to get there. Nuts through the smoke. And 30 seconds as they're going to push this B site.
Naf needs to go percolating here, but unfortunately not quite strong enough to withstand the weight of the T's pushing into him. And now the Mongols will have the easiest of post plants. And Shui, as I highlighted before, because the economy is so dreadful, the best thing he can do is hold on to this AK-47, but there's not going to be much to play with.
Well, if they get killed by NAF somewhere else now, or if they run into Nerds or on their side, they're going to be wondering, wait, that's not normally the B anchor. What is going on? Like, where does that mean for the rest of the setup on the CT side? So it's worth it to do something like this. That's the bomb on Techno. Oh, dear. I hate it. 45 seconds. What could they do? He doesn't have any incendiaries here, Nerds. So at a very minimum, I don't know if actually they could pick one up on Techno. Did he have a grenade? If he does have a Molotov, it's so much harder. NAF is going to get trucked once again. And now they're pushing in. Nerds very nearly taken down, but he does escape the flames, and Twist is there to help him out just at the nick of time. Senzu with 25 seconds, and it will be ultimate to seal his fate here. Very nicely done. Nerds jet forward position. And now they've got to step back up to that level again. Now, they've stolen 3 AK-47s, which is definitely something that you should be highlighting because it does equalize some of those battles. It's so common that we see the M4s will get the dink and then die. In this case, it doesn't matter at all. It's Nerds to go down. Strong shot from Senzu. We were wondering about him earlier, but he's starting to pick it up a little bit.
The Mongols this time, though, dial back in, looking for that classic A execute, waiting for potentially Blitz to go and have a bit of impact on the mid side, lining up the smokes. 40 seconds left on the clock, and now they're going to go in.
AWP on ultimate, just one kill might make the difference. It's a huge shot to begin with, and he is ready for anyone to come out of the palace there. Deep Molotovs is going to push him back just a little bit further. It's 26 seconds, but the smokes are up towards Connector, so the bomb should be going down here. Senzu, you've got to be careful. There are shots that are able to come through, but with the bomb planted, the retake, we'll see if they could do it. They have kits. They don't have a lot of smokes or anything else here on the Liquid side. 4 versus 4 in the after plant, and Senzu instantly taken down. What a nice clear coming out there from Twist.
Oof. And Shui shows his worth as well. 9-10. Sent reeling out of the round. Blitz and Mazzinho, a bit of a one-dimensional crossfire, but they line up for Mazzinho, and he will spray them down. The Mongols have 2 map points, somewhat stealing this away from Liquid.
This time it doesn't backfire on him, but that's actually in itself made me wonder a little bit. Why would you ever want to do that? He's back up, taking a look here, just jiggling away, which I don't hate, but the push-up here is dangerous. There's nobody nearby. It's just him. He's the only plan for defending the B-bomb site, and I can't make sense of it. They're going to lose in the middle as well, just almost losing ultimate, but more than that, they're getting slowed down. This whole defense for Liquid, I'm so confused. And they did it earlier, if you remember. I was confused about the fact that they had the 3-man B setup. This one, just as much. I don't mind having 4 people at the A-bomb site, but then at least hold middle so that you have some idea of what's going on. But they were so far back, and they should be losing this round every single time, Vince.
Oh, 100%. Ultimate is low, 2 ops on the retake. We've been here before, and no real utility apart from Ultimate with an incendiary and a flash, but Nerds just brute forces his way through on Cat. What a shot from Ultimate! It was rapid, and now Senzu on 29 HP. Now 20. Has to try and secure this round, trying to find a lineup, but nothing is going to help him out, and Liquid have got away with murder. They have no right to win that round. They should have been punished, but they're still somehow in this game. Someone must have goaded him into that, whether it's Twist, whether it's Shui. But man, yeah. What a horrendous call it was. It nearly cost them everything.
But it's the whole round. It's the fact that he empties the magazine earlier. There's just so many small things that I just do not understand. Sue goes down early on. Bombs being rotated back through T-spawn. If this is an A crunch, what it absolutely will be with this window position for Senzu. Oh, he's in such a great... I think Naf is going to be dead instantly here. Yep. Blown up, and that means the A defense is wiped out. There's nothing left. You would see it coming about 20 seconds before that happened. Every piece of the puzzle was there for Mongols. Ultimate in a 1 versus 5, and I don't care how much faith you have in him, how good he's been playing, which he absolutely has been. This cannot be won. Nice shot onto Techno, but wow, Mongols. Opening map. It is their pick, but it was such an incredibly slow start that it looked like Liquid were going to do what seemed like it was going to be possible from the start of it here and actually steal the map away. It's not going to happen. Instead, Mongols with an insane recovery and Liquid showing that that CT side was not at all ready for the Mongols.
Maybe Shadow Daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
Which I always like for pistol round. I think it makes it a little bit more fun. A couple of flashbangs too, but other than that, it's going to be Mongols to decide where the fight will happen. Ultimate just snipes away. What a jiggle to take down 9-10, but Naf also getting a chance to chime in. Techno's the next victim.
And so he's effectively going to be in a 1 versus 3 for the time being. This should yield a pretty straightforward kill into a post plant, but Shui is keeping himself alive, almost tapping out and saying, fine, you can have the site, we've got kits, and we've got 5 players still on the server.
But you're right, it is a bit of a concession, and the fact that they get a bomb plant in itself is a bit of a victory already. A couple of kills, one of them with that dreaded P250 like you mentioned. If they get one more, this round is going to spiral out of control. Nerds, he's very exposed here, has to be quick with the kill, and he will be. But they lose ultimate at the very same time, and the other problem is the kit is up here. So Liquid have to fight their way up onto the high ground. They might not even be allowed to. Nerds alone versus 2. The round is unraveled as Mongols claim it back in a 3-on-5. That is absolutely spectacular for them. Curious how Mongols are going to start to approach this, but there are a number of really popular strategies right now on the map. One of them actually involves what Messinio is doing right now, which is clearing out the front of the A bomb site, because once you do that, you can rotate back to the B bomb site pretty quickly. Now, Liquid, from losing that control, they're actually going to be pushing in the middle. I like that 3-man setup. I wish they would keep going with it, because that's a fun way to try and play the round. Senzu, bit of a chance here, does re-peek against Naf. He really wants to take the fight, and not going to be able to get it just yet. Messinio's going down at the same time, and the push did continue in the middle. I love this for Liquid.
As do I, but they're going to make sure they at least keep the foundation of controlling the B side. This rotation around the back will mean nothing if they just get felled. And they're getting destroyed through the smokes. It sends you this time with a P250, but this is where the fast rotation may come to fruition. That smoke is going to clear momentarily, but Techno gets aggressive, spots 2 players, can reload the infill, and switches to the M4. He had that stashed away for the push. And although the aggression through on mid was looking so good, it's now down to twists, and Senzu decapitates him.
Absolutely bizarre round. There was so much going on there. Half the battle was, you know, in and around the smokes, and there was really no time to breathe whatsoever.
I guess the problem here, though, is if you peer into the sun on Anubis, he's actually the god of death. So that doesn't bode very well. And so far it has Liquid in the palm of its hands. Anubis has been feasting on the souls of Liquid, and there's not really been much in terms of being excited for the CT side. Twist maybe baited the T's into a false sense of security, but they had the right idea. They didn't fully commit, and Twists will punish for 1.
How is he alive? They actually tagged him right at the beginning, and he's so low on health. I can't explain it. Very fortunate turn of events there. Steals the AK, gets out of there. Super well played. Techno checking the corner. He had the right idea. He knew there was a chance that Naf could have been there, but a nice shot coming out. It actually gives Liquid a round or a 1-man lead here. They need it. They need these rounds, these early rounds for the economy and for the momentum and everything else. It's so important for Liquid that they get the job done, even if it's early on. And look at the push coming out of the A-bomb side. This is great fundamentals. Actually really good Anubis teams on the CT side. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to see. They did spot up Messinio. They know that he's there. But just closing the map on the Mongols. There is an AWP holding this. He's got the dink off, but still. 9-10 with the shot. Are they going to be expecting a second player to be pushed out of A? I doubt it.
Twist will devour at 9-10. And then, yeah, it was a beautiful shot from Nerds. How he wish he had the AK over the A1S. Yeah. Would have been a very different outcome. Twist, though, has fell back. And remember, he was the player that Blitz nearly had body bagged up on middle. He somehow lives to tell the tale and will also finish off the round. A huge individual performance by Twist, keeping Liquid in this game.
That was fucking crazy, bro.
Just waiting out for Liquid. They did have very aggressive peaks last round. We saw Nerds and then Twists. So they're going to sit out there and just bide their time and wait. They're going to try and crack open the smoke, but it's Ultimate that goes for the wide swing, and 9-10 punishes his overextension.
Yeah, Liquid still trying to see if they can fit in some of this aggression on the CT side, and unfortunately this time it does backfire a bit on them. Ultimate's got 1 kill, Sui's got 1, Nerds has got 1. It's really Twist and Naf right now that are trying to do some of the work here, and they're at risk of losing all of the economy once again. Twist just caught, rotating back out in the open. There's absolutely no chance that Nerds is going to be staying alive here. Shocked in some sense that he actually stuck around for it. There's a huge deficit right now in potential, you know, last-second ninja diffusion on the A-bomb side. It's such an open thing a lot of the time because the T's just tend to rotate really far away early on. So I'm calling it. I'm going to keep saying it because eventually it's going to be true.
Oof, that's a pretty big whiff. Blitz, he'll be disappointed with that one. He knew that Shui was in the corner of Temple. If things aren't going well, try and take control of middle, try and get through B, try and push through down on ramp, and it never happened for Liquid. They were so defensive. It's like you said, they were playing not to lose, not necessarily to win. Trades are good this time around, though, in favor of Liquid, and Ultimate goes back in for more.
So sick. Stays around for that one more kill. Just Blitz left here. Missed opportunity, but Twist will be there to help out.
Good job,
a lot of things gone perfectly in that round. I mean, obviously Ultimate with the AWP, but apart from that,
keep it up and
very nicely done for the Mongols. It does buy them around almost for free there. 7-2. We're moving into round number 10 here, and we are lacking the rest of Liquid. Twist is playing well, but where is everybody else?
That's the question, isn't it? Sorely lacking. Ultimate, though, has had some moments of brilliance the last few rounds, so maybe this is his time to shine. Shui with 2, and Ultimate back called upon to try and stave off this push. The flash is good, but it's too late. And Ultimate then pivots round and takes off Blitz's head. Holy, that's a hell of a round by the pole.
Ultimate up to 6 here. Round number 11, all of the money expended on this one for the Mongols. Crouching around the smoke, but Naf is there to call them out. He gets the first one, but they are going to power through. Why would they stop? They're all here. There's nobody else anywhere on the map for the Mongols. They might as well keep going. Ultimate back at the same position. Guesses at first, but he's traded out this time. Blitz has his number. 3 versus 3 for all of a second as 9-10 goes down. Sui with the USP, and Blitz, even with the Glock, it's not going to be enough here. Twist will take him down. A real battle at the B bomb site, but Liquid, they were quick to rotate. They had people in position. So say, they do, Vince. You are going to have a lot of angry Liquid fans in your DMs saying,
he's cursed it.
Exactly. Why? Why are you trying this?
Why not, Anders?
Well, that's always the other question. Now, Ultimate's going to be taking on Senzu. They have got very close to disaster here. This is incredibly scary. Messinio goes down on the other side. Nert's going to have a shock of a lifetime, but unfortunately, if they still have Messinio alive on the other side, it'd be so much more interesting, because then they could have put the crunch on Twist there. And also the fact that the bomb is really far away. So in general, even in a 3 versus 4 here, it's a minute on the clock. It's going to be a long time before anyone can actually find that bomb. Blitz with a bit of mercy. This time not to knife Naf. And hold on. Hold the phone. 2 versus 2. 50 seconds. The bomb is going to get picked up again. Who knows? This actually could be done.
The one downside is how disjointed the two T's are, but that may end up working in their favor. because they're covering more of the map and there's more opportunities to maybe try and get around the back and exploit a momentary weakness. And that's it. That's the moment. Techno finds Twists, knife in hand, and puts him down with authority, and he has the bomb, so he can go for the straight up plant, knowing that his teammate has heard the footsteps of Ultimate elsewhere. It is actually happening, Anders. There is a possibility that the Mongols have just broken the hearts of Liquid.
Ultimate running in. It is Techno to take him down. Vince, it's on you. I'm tweeting your phone number later on. You could call him yourself. Here we go. Second half is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. It is not over yet. If Liquid win this pistol, they can bounce right back. It's not at all lost yet, but they do have their backs to the wall. It's going to be an execute-heavy round. I'm guessing they're going to set up the smoke wall and then with the Molotov try and get the job done. But before they get there, they've got to get rid of Sensu, and already he is biting back. Sui just gets deleted across that river.
Well, that is a delicious snap headshot from Senzu. Immediately removing any presence up on the canals. And it has kind of isolated Nertz from the rest of the team. He's had a rough game as well. 2 kills for Nertz. It's not often you say that. He's been towards the top end for Liquid since joining. And there's Senzu again. Speak of the man, and he will deliver twice, knocking 2 players into their graves here on Anubis. And although there's only 2 in total for the Mongols on the site, they know 1 is in the con. They're not sure about Techno's presence as well, and he does have Julies.
Honestly, this could still be 1, right? The smoke wall here might just... 1 kill behind this, and you get the bomb plant. There is a way to get back. Now, unfortunately, the smoke wall is really, really far behind, so they're going to be playing in front of it here. I think if they'd set up the wall a little bit closer to the actual plant zone, there's a chance that they can sort of, you know, wrap their way in, but they smoke so far behind that the 2 CT players that are there, they've got full vision.
Run as far away from this Mongol squad as possible. They had a terrible opener. Got wrecked by Apogee, but it looks like they're finally arriving to PGL Bucharest. Better late than never. Yeah. And the opening kill, though, will go in favor of Liquid. That's so important. Techno's been finalized. It's going to allow them control over the canals, and they can pick and choose where to go next.
I mean, the Mongols are going to have the same kinds of problems that Liquid were dealing with when they were on the CT side, so I wouldn't get too carried away if I was a fan of the Mongols here. This is not done yet. Bit sloppy there for 9-10. Will allow Sui to get the kill. It's a bit weird to watch. But there's like 10-4 deficit, about to be a 10-5 deficit, no question about that. You can recover that if you're Liquid, so don't start celebrating yet. They're not knocked out yet, Liquid, and there is a way. Also, to be totally honest as well, the fact that they even have 4 rounds, and it's more or less only been Twist and Ultimate that have been doing almost anything on the map so far, if they get Sui and Nertz, I mean, you said it, Nertz at 2 kills. He's a way better player than that. I actually don't doubt it even for a second here, but there are some crucial rounds that they need to convert. This one should be a bit easier. There's limited utility, and the weapons aren't that good for the Mongols. They're pushing right into it here. And I like the attempt from Massinio, but he is going to get punished almost immediately. They get Techno at the same time. They know that there's another player here because Massinio was flashed in, so they're not going to be in any doubt about that. It's great information, and they have so much time on the clock. I would hate to see Liquid fight that position early on. Blitz goes down in the middle. Very nice to see Liquid not just, you know, fighting headlong into the A bomb site. When you've got the man advantage, you've got the better weapons, you've got so much time on the clock, why push into something like that? Twists going to be taken down 9-10, and like I said, they already know where Sensu is, so huge round here. And the money is not there for the Mongols. So the next one also should be more or less for free. That'll make it 10-6. When the Mongols buy at that point, that's the round that's interesting. If they can kill that first or the next buy round, the next rifle round for the Mongols, that's where Liquid can make a real comeback.
Bomb has been planted.
Right.
Does give a lot of map space here for Liquid to work with.
I wonder if he fired that shot, anticipating there were T's up close and he was trying to bait them into Blitz.
Could be.
Blitz was with the A4 right next to him, and if you want to try and punish the AWP pick, you could be running headfirst into a trap. I wonder if that's what they were going for. Regardless, though, they have got their man, and it is the key talisman himself. The monumental Twists with 20 is down.
I wonder if we could see a replay of the Molotov that Napfly just tossed into the dark position. I don't know if we have the ability to do that, but regardless, I'm curious about that grenade. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds left. He's going to have to put out that Molotov. It nearly burned him alive. He misses the shot afterwards. We're down sub 30 seconds. It's ultimate to get the kill on 9-10, and they're still trying to flood onto the bomb side here. Sensu with a great couple of kills. Slows them down. Bomb's being picked up again, but it's Sue on his own. 1 versus 2, and he's planted the bomb inside of the smoke. He's trying to escape. Blitz, what confidence drove him to just spray into it. If he misses that, there's a chance he's going to get traded, but it absolutely worked. And the Mongols now up to 11. Got to make sure he doesn't get easily killed. He has no more utility to hold him back either. He's got a teammate with him now. Blitz going to be trying to rotate in there. And he does pick up a smoke in the meantime. But yeah, a lot of pressure on this bomb side. Here we go.
Blitz, gonna have to have a move, bro. You can't stand there. Flashes are good, but so is Blitz. He's gonna stand and deliver. Baits them out. Allows Mazzinho to close the guillotine. And he chops them to pieces. Although Blitz may go down for just the 1 frag, the follow-up was so on point from Mazzinho, who goes in for a 4K, and the baby-faced assassin strikes one more time.
Here we go. They're going to try and do the same thing, Vince. They say, you know what, it almost worked last time. Let's see if we can just put the pressure on straight onto the bomb site. The Blitz is ready. Mazzinho, he is going to burn in the fire, but he'll take Naf with him. 3 versus 4. And still plenty of time for the bomb plant. Nobody's nearby here for the Mongols. They're going to have to reset and try and go for the retake, or maybe not. Ultimate is already down as the bomb is getting planted. Suhei put under some pressure here in front of it, and Twist trying to see if he could follow up his captain right next to each other in a 2 versus 4 to try and hold on to dear life. It's 9-10. Drops Suhei, and now it's just the Canadian left. Gets the 1, but there's so much work to be done, and Techno will take it out of his hands. It's the Mongols on the retake, knocking Liquid out of PGL Bucharest.